Hey guys, welcome back. Illusion here with you again, like always. And first of all, I want to apologize for the lack of videos the last few days. It wasn't for me not having the content recorded. I actually have 3 episodes recorded, but like I've mentioned before, I'm having a little bit of issues with DxTory. We're just not seeing eye to eye right now with some of these things. So I've made some changes this morning to see if I can get my recordings to move in the right direction, and we'll see where we go from there. So I'm using a new encoding codec and see if that's going to help out with some of my issues. So basically what I'm going to do this video, I'm not going to do any new content, but basically I'm just going to show you all of what I've done in the last 3 videos. Basically I'm going to compress the last 3 videos down into this one video, so that way tomorrow when I start recording again, I could just pick up where I left off instead of having to spend multiple more hours trying to get things back right. So let's get started. First off, the easy thing, I've moved everything from the front yard inside. So we'll go in there. Now at the end of the last video I had finished setting up the Well of Suffering. The Well of Suffering is working excellent. I have no problems with it. I can expand this a little bit more based on what my need is, but again, I really don't know what my need is. So as my needs grow for more life essence, then I will add more witches or make a cursed earth farm or something like that. But you see my witches in there just kind of hanging out. In fact, I'm not really running anything, so I can go ahead and turn that off for now. Also, between one of the last few episodes, I did make some changes to the pack. Since this is now going to be my private pack and we're going to be putting a different pack on the server, I have added 2 mods, and that is translocators from Chicken Bones, and I've added chicken chunks from Chicken Bones. So basically, they'll stop making me cheat in these admin anchors from Railcraft, so I can actually use real chunk loaders. I didn't have a problem with doing this because I feel these 2 mods are really at the core of most basic packs, and I just feel that there wasn't a big issue with me adding it to the pack because I feel it will come anyway, and they should have been there. So I use this item translocators to automate this altar, and that's how I've been making up these slates, and I actually have an imbued slate on accident. And then I just have my orb in there. I've also upgraded this to have this whole top level to have runes of sacrifice. So that's working pretty cool. I can make this next tier runes of sacrifice if I need to, but as it stands right now, I'm not having any issues with the amount of life essence in my network. So I'll address that basically as the need arises. So with that out the way, so let's jump over here and talk about a few things inside. I've been trying to do a little bit of building between episodes, and it's slowly growing that way. So over here first. So I've moved into the tech side of the base, gotten things set up. I got all the machines wired, should be running iron right now, processing iron, which it is. So this is basically still very much a work in progress, but it's coming together. I did spend 1 full episode on the Pneumaticcraft and basically half of another episode on the Pneumaticcraft. So that's what I worked on for 1.5 out of the 3 episodes that I have recorded right now. And basically what I did was get this assembly, laser assembly and drill assembly platform just made up. So it's not, I haven't run it yet. As you can see, there's not even any pipes hooked up, but what I've wanting to work on with that is I've been wanting to get a kinetic generator, kinetic compressor right here, so that I can run the air compressor system off of RF power instead of having to use compressed air. So that's kind of where I'm going in that direction. And the whole reason why I wanted to get into Pneumaticcraft to begin with is for these really cool elevators from Pneumaticcraft. So we will be putting that in as kind of the transport method between the 3 floors. So that's kind of what I worked on there. If you've done Nomadic Craft, you didn't miss much. I haven't even started tinkering with these machines yet, just basically kind of went through the ins and outs of it. And I did it back in 1.7, so if you're really hurting for that content, feel free to go back and grab one of my old videos back in 1.7 and check it out. Automated this very easily. Basically, I just have the item translocators going into here. Then I manually drop it into the etching acid and then have a filter right here to pull in the unassembled PCB back in there. So, quick and easy system, nothing fancy about it. You can see there's one of the chicken chunk loaders there. So let me run over here. One full episode I did spend on big reactors. So made this big reactors is a 7x7x5. That's a size that I've used before, but one of the streamers that I watch is, his name is Fireball. You've probably heard of him. He was the original mod author of AE2 Tech add-on. He's now taking over AE2 from Algorithm X2 as the sole or lead developer of AE2. Now Algorithm has stepped down. So usually I watch him stream. He streams about 3 times a week, and one of the recent things he did was build a big reactor, and he was saying that 7x7x7 is basically the most middle of the road size and the most economical. So I'll probably tweak this to make it a 7x7x7 eventually, but I'm not really hurting for power, so there's not any super incentive for me to go ahead and upgrade this, but I'm just talking, long-term goals. As far as cooling in here, I did something really kind of neat. I just started to kind of step outside of the box. So on 2 sides I have liquid ender, and then on 2 sides I have jelly cryothium. So from the little bit of reading that I've done, I'm going to probably do an updated mod spotlight on this, maybe relatively soon, is that each of these liquids kind of have different properties as far as their heat and heat dissipation. So what I designed it this way is that each of these cores, since it's an X shape, is touching cryothium and ender. So I think this was basically, in my mind, made it the most economical. But again, that's just why I love big reactors, because there's not really a right answer. You get to play and tinker with it until it works for you. So we'll probably be playing with this again. And over here I automated this system. I am very proud of this automation. The Wally is kind of in the way a little bit, but basically I have several capacitors here. What do I have? 6, I have 8, and let's see. Actually, you just got to see it. So just a second ago you saw it was off, and now it's back on. Why are you going down? What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy? What's going on here? What? This was working just fine. It's working just fine earlier. Well, anyway, that'll sort itself. That's been working. I don't know why it's not working right now. But basically what this does is, this is called a power monitor from Ender.io. And what it does is, since it's hooked up on a conduit between the big reactor and the capacitor bank, basically it monitors the signals and the power output and the power storage between the 2 blocks. So what it does, when the power gets less than 50% in the capacitor, it'll output a redstone signal, and then when it reaches 99%, it'll output another redstone signal. Then over here I have a redstone reactor port with some redstone conduit, and I have it set to toggle every time it gets a redstone signal. So basically it'll toggle on, toggle off. So this way the reactor will turn itself on and off. So I have no idea what's going on with this thing. It's been working fine for the last few days. It's got full power. Again, I'm not sure. This has been running like this for a week now and it hasn't had any problems. So it'll sort itself out. Let me sleep real quick before it gets too hairy in here. Did finally make myself a sleeping bag, obviously. So here's kind of the main foyer area. I extended it out some, and right about in this area is where that elevator is going to be to go up to the several different levels. So up here on this level right here, I have a very easy. It's not very nice. Cool. Didn't get in time with these shards. So a very quick and easy setup right here to click here, and this is a vacuum hopper from Ender.io. It just sucks up the berries and then outputs them into this barrel. Speaking of enchanting, I did put looting 3 on this sword with the enchanter from Ender.io. So, pretty easy system there. I did that on one of the episodes. Now up here, it's a little bit more automation. Show you over this on this side first. So this is where I'm automating the making of a living rock. Basically what I have is a pure daisy here, and then I have an activator placing down stone, and then I have a block breaker. And I'm sure this one is the one that just broke because the timer was off. But I have this timer set for, I believe, about 1.5 minutes. Yeah, 90 seconds. It takes about 85 seconds or so to convert the living rock, or I'm sorry, the stone to living rock. So I gave myself a little bit of a buffer there. So basically, this will turn into living rock. This timer will output a redstone signal to the block breaker, breaking the living rock, outputting it into this skystone chest, and then the activator will place down another piece of stone, and the process will start all over. So it's not super fast. I could automate this another way, I'm sure, but I wasn't using a whole lot of living rock that much and that fast, so this system worked fine. So we're here at a good time. So you can see there's less than a 10-second buffer between it breaking or turning into living rock and then breaking. So I'm happy with it. Nothing fancy. Over here I have another ritual. This is the Serenade of the Nether. A couple thermalilies going into a mana spreader to a pool. Then I got the Clayconia that I've been using before. And then I created just a little automation setup. So up here I've got sandstone in here because I got a butt ton of sandstone. What are you guys doing? That's a flying creeper there. I got 13,000 now. I think I had about 18,000 or close to 20,000 of that sandstone. So I just been breaking it down, just pulverizing it into regular sand. Sand gets dropped into the activator, which is placed. The vacuum hopper sucks it up, and I have actually a hardened one, and I have one augmentation coil to make it a little bit faster. It goes into this chest right here, this hard and strong box. Let me grab some bricks and I'll show you how this works. Brick. Running a little bit low on brick, but that's okay. Let's turn these back to a regular brick. Fly back up. And then when I put in stone bricks right here, you can see how basically what it does is this inventory manager has a crafting pattern to turn the brick into bricks. And this manager has a crafting pattern to turn in these bricks with a stone brick into large bricks. And then it all basically keeps it in here into this chest. And once it has made large bricks, I have this other line of code to just stick them in a barrel. So basically I just come up here and load up a butt ton of sandstone and walk away from it and just keep this stocked with stone bricks. But it only uses 8 stone bricks per stack. So a whole stack of stone bricks is 8 stacks of large bricks. So I don't have to keep an eye on it that much. So super simple. I actually turned off the Serenade of the Nether because it actually generates more mana than what the Clayconia uses. So he still has, about 10% or so left, and that'll last for a while. And then I can just come, flick it back on, and it'll do its thing. So that's my way to get the clay bricks automated. And I just found a whole other load of more quarried stone. So I had that cooking when I logged off last time. So it looks like, yeah, there's another 1,000 there. I got about almost 2 stacks cooked up. So that's pretty much it. That's what I've been working on the last 3 episodes. I apologize that you're not going to see all the content of it, but for me to make this 10 to 20 minute video versus spending, well, I've already spent like 3 hours on digging with those files. So sometimes you just gotta walk away from it and kind of regroup, and that's where I'm at right now. So that way I can actually get back on schedule with recording and actually get content back out. So now that we got all that out the way, I don't think there's anything else I need to go over. Basically covered all the changes. I'm slowly starting to work my way around with the brick, but I was waiting on some more quarried stuff. Oh, one other thing that I made, and I actually did this on like half an episode. I made this resonant exchanger, and it was kind of fun to make. I've never made one before. The recipe's not cheap. You gotta have a tesseract, so I had to make up a little bit of machinery to get it all going, but so yeah, I still got some jelly cryothium left, some water, some ender, some redstone. So yeah, it was a little bit fun to make, but let me show you how it works. So if you're familiar with Thaumcraft, with most of you are, which one do I need? I need block, yeah, block. So you're familiar with Thaumcraft and you're familiar with the Wand of Equal Exchange, right? So this is basically a Wand of Equal Exchange. What have I said in there? Cool, I was told it was set. So over here I actually made a mistake with putting the wrong block down. So what I come and do, this is basically an RF powered version of the Wand of Equal Trade. And you can change how it works. So if I press page up and page down, you can see now it does a 3x3, and now it does a 4x4, and it does a 5x5. I think, oh, that's more. So you can see it can do quite a wide area, but since I've been just kind of doing the little bit area, pretty neat. I like it. Definitely worth the hassle of getting it made. So pretty neat. I like it. In fact, I need to fix some of this stuff over here. But man, does the building one make such a big difference. So hopefully you guys like where I'm at. I'm liking it so far. And I apologize, short video. I just want to get you caught up. We'll start with a fresh project next episode. Again, all my contact information is down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.